Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. The aftermath of the helicopter crash off Puerto Rico. A new political party is formed on St. Croix. And Jovensa's environmental disasters are affecting gas prices abroad. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, it's now confirmed that that helicopter that went down near Puerto Rico recently was on its way to a drug raid. It's now believed that 6 people are feared dead in the National Guard crash. At least 1 body has been discovered, and at least 2 passengers were prosecutors. And in other news, a new party was formed earlier today within the 29th legislature. News Channel 8's Wes Small tells us more about the press conference announcement earlier today.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. It's called the New Generation Leadership Committee. Yes, that's right. Folks upset about the majority. We have Senator Positive Nelson, Senator Nellie O'Reilly, and also Senator Neville James. Now, all 3 of these senators have similar interests, like government operations, infrastructure, transparency. Just about everyone was talking about transparency. And first of all, let's deal with Positive and what he was having to say against business as usual and the old guard.
We feel that it is necessary to have an organization because we are pushing against the old guard. In order to break the yoke of the old guard, we need a strong body that reaches beyond the walls of the legislature. We must understand that the old guard reaches beyond the wall of the legislature, beyond the walls of Government House, and spreads wide and broad, even beyond the borders of our territory. It is necessary, we believe, to have leadership here whose primary interest is the people of the Virgin Islands.
Now let's hear from Senator Nellie O'Reilly as she talks about her plans as far as education reform and so forth.
One of the, I just want to take a few minutes to talk about some of the areas that I believe next generation leadership will focus on, and primarily in the areas that I know I can add some value to, and that would be in the area of education reform. You have heard me advocate extensively on reform in our education system, our public education system, meaning to be more innovative, to provide choice and options for parents and for teachers and for students, because it has always been my philosophy and my belief that teachers want to teach, and that parents want their children to learn and to be successful, and students want to be successful. And from that premise is where I advocate for education reform, where we can provide our students with opportunities to learn in the way that they are most comfortable learning, that we can help our education system evolve so that it can meet the learning needs of our students.
And then there's Senator Neville James. Out of the 3 senators, he seemed the most hostile as he talked about a backroom deal at the Buccaneer, and also about animosity towards his comrade, Senator Craig Barshinger. Where's Craig? How come he wasn't involved in any of this?
3 of us were re-elected to the 29th legislature on November the 2nd. 2 days later, 10 members of who were re-elected on November 2nd, met at the Buccaneer Hotel. That did not include the 3 of us. At that point, they made a commitment to a 10-member majority. From what we were told, 1 day later, that number increased to 11. At that point, Senator Nelson, Senator O'Reilly, Senator Sean Michael Malone, and yours truly were not included in what was the original proposed majority. For whatever reasons, over the next 4 to 5 weeks, something happened, and then we found out last week that Senator Barshinger was replaced by Senator Malone. However, I think it's important that the public knows that on November 20th, we made an official announcement of next generation leadership on the night when we were in our final session, what I believe will be the final session of the 28th legislature, announcing our formation of next generation leadership. And at that point, Senator Malone had not made a commitment to next generation leadership. I think we know why. And now he is a member of what is a proposed 11-member majority. Let the record reflect that this is not the first time they've tried a 11-member majority. And in both instances, back in the 19th legislature and back in the 23rd legislature, it is hard to keep 11 members in one caucus. You're talking about 11 personalities. And this is not to say that their majority won't work. For all we know, it might be the best majority that ever existed, but that is not our concern. Our concern is we were elected not only to represent, but to offer leadership. And our basic question to the people of the Virgin Islands is this: do you want your senators to stand up and be counted, or do you want them to just be a part of what is supposedly the way business has been for God knows how long?
And finally, I asked the question, you know, you keep talking about what the people want. Didn't they want few of you senators altogether? Neither one of the senators really liked that question, and actually they let me know that they weren't involved in that historical vote when we put that out. Nonetheless, Senator Nellie O'Reilly let it be known that no, we wouldn't be better off with fewer parties.
I disagree with you, respectfully disagree with you, that it's the existence of so many parties that has created the issues that we are confronted by today. Because if you really look at history, there is only one party in the Virgin Islands, and that's the Democratic Party. There is the Republican Party, and there's the ICM, but really, who has controlled government? Who has really been leading and governing the territory? Is it the Republicans? I don't think so. I mean, I think there is a machinery that exists, and I think that it's time that we bust it up. I think that's really what's needed. I don't want to talk about what happened in the past. I want to really talk about what can happen in the future, the possibility that change can really happen. I wasn't a member of the legislature when that referendum was passed that you referenced regarding reducing the, I don't believe any of us was, changing or decreasing the number of senators. But I think that there are processes in place that people can avail themselves of to make that happen if that's what they wish. And I would support whatever the majority of the people want.
Like Rodney King said after the LA riots, you got it. Why can't we all get along? And as usual, St. Croix senators, they definitely seem not to get along. Happy holidays, or is it really happy at the legislature? Whoa! I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. And the gas prices in the U.S. has risen. And believe it or not, it's all because of Hovensa and their recent environmental problems that they've encountered. About 350,000 barrels of daily crude oil has been shut down for at least 3 weeks, all because of the recent problems at the Cat Cracker unit on St. Croix. Meanwhile, the gas price rise is mostly being felt in the New England area. Well, volunteers at the St. Croix Montessori School have been busy for a Christmas fundraiser. Here's Wes Small with more.
All right, Jerome, we're at the Montessori School, and this is the St. Croix Montessori School. I want to tell you that Orange Grove. Danny Manarangas here, community member, activist, and of course he's a volunteer here at the school. And I think Miss Sullivan is trying to find her way in.
Is our headmaster here?
Headmaster and
Mistress.
Mistress. Majean's Chicken Shack. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Oh boy.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Got the mistletoe going. And they're taking food donated from Majean's Chicken Shack with pork and chicken and everything, and you're sending it out to the community. The orders were met. Yes. So much that you're like, Danny said, stop the orders. No, you've got to stop the orders.
Yes, we're over.
But it's for an important cause. It's for students trying to make ends meet. There's a lot of single parents out there that need quality education for their youth. And for them just to go the extra yard to make tuition. You're a small school, right, and you depend on the community's involvement, right, just absolutely, like Channel 8. And you need that
extra help. Exactly.
Yes.
We need to.
Headmistress Sullivan.
I'm Mrs. Sullivan. I'm the primary Montessori guide and also one of the administrators of the school. And yes, we really do need. I have quite a few young mothers coming in with children that really do need the extra help. They want to give their children, as you said, quality education. They really like the program. It's a program that we meet the needs of the individual child. And for many people, this really rings true for them. They're starting to understand that we're teaching children, not curriculum.
And it's got to help as they see Danny go through. All right, that's pork. 5 chickens, 5 porks. You see him here with the video as he puts it in with the HUS volunteer. There's people from all over just standing by and helping out. And we want to thank Majin and the Chicken Shack.
Well, yeah, let me tell you, this is the second year that Lorraine Chicken Shack has sponsored this event, and we want to thank them so much. Mijing, Mijito, Robbie, the whole crew out there, all of the cooks out there. I mean, they worked their butts off early this morning. From 3 o'clock this morning, they started cooking this food. We got roast pork and roast chicken and all the trimmings, and they've done this, and all the money that we raise here goes towards our scholarship fund. And so we generally raise about anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 with this little event. But people come and pick up their food, and nobody wants to cook on the 22nd. Christmas is coming up, so we've got all these people waiting for their foods here. We got our pre-orders. We got all of our orders in.
We don't want to stop. Look at that. They're all helping.
So we also want to thank all the volunteers. We got a lot of volunteers out here. We got Chef Cash Gittens, who is on vacation right now. He's helping us out, help serve the food out, get the food out. So we want to thank all those people for coming out here, all of our parents who are here, and all of our board members who are here. As you said, we're a very small school, and we want to thank Ms. Sullivan for everything she does for our kids.
Coordinating everything.
We'll do the last word to Ms. Sullivan.
Okay, well, I'd like to thank Danny Matarangas and the board members for helping and really making sure that this dream for their children and what I see for the St. Croix community really works.
All right, Montessori School is a good school.
It's a good school.
And I want to thank Channel 8 for coming out here and showing a positive event. Instead of, as you said, no crime today.
No crime today. You heard that, right?
Hopefully, no crime today.
Yeah, I was just talking.
Because I got to go to work.
All right, folks, it's a good thing. The gift that keeps on giving. Volunteer is well and organized. I don't know about organizing. Stop the orders. Stop the orders. But it's going good.
We got too many orders, but I want to thank the community. For when our volunteers come out and ask you to support and to buy a plate of food to support the St. Croix Montessori, thank you very much.
Look at them. They're just coming in and out.
They're rolling in. They're rolling in.
Thank you very much. All right, Danny. That wraps it up. You got it. Montessori School. It's a food drive, and they're doing it for the folks that can't make that necessary 9 yards for the tuition. It's a good thing, quality education. Caesar's greetings. Merry Christmas, everyone from Montessori and News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. Looks like everybody was having a good time at that fundraiser today. And when we come back from this break, more fundraisers on St. Thomas. Stay with us.